The Megalodon was the undisputed king of the ancient oceans, 60 feet long, jaws capable of crushing cars, a predator so fearsome it ruled the seas for millions of years. But what if I told you there was something out there that made even this monster hesitate? A creature so powerful, so cunning, and so terrifying, it made the ocean's apex predator feel fear. 65 million years ago, the age of dinosaurs came to a fiery end, but beneath the waves, a different story was unfolding. In the deep, dark oceans, new monsters were rising. Among them, the Megalodon, a titan of teeth and terror. Its bite force exceeded 40,000 pounds. Its teeth, serrated and razor-sharp, could tear through bone like butter. It hunted whales. It dominated every corner of the ocean, or so we thought, because nature has a rule: no matter how powerful you are, there's always something more dangerous. And for Megalodon, that something was not a monster of size, it was a monster of strategy. Its name, Leviathan Melville. Leviathan was not just another whale, it was a predator built like a torpedo, 60 feet long, with teeth that rivaled Megalodons in size. Except these weren't just for show. These teeth were designed to kill other whales. Unlike modern sperm whales, Leviathan didn't feed on squid. It hunted, actively, ruthlessly. And it wasn't alone. In the warm waters of what is now Peru, two super predators began to clash. On one side, Megalodon, a solitary hunter. On the other, Leviathan, possibly more social, armed with intelligence, echolocation, and a brain that could outthink brute force. Their battleground? The rich coastal upwellings of the Miocene epoch, zones teeming with prey from giant sea turtles to early baleen whales. And the conflict wasn't just about food, it was about control. Here's what made Leviathan different. It didn't just kill for hunger, it eliminated competition. Leviathan hunted other predators. Fossilized bite marks on whale skulls suggest precision strikes, aimed at the head, the spine, the soft underbelly. This was tactical warfare in the deep. Megalodon, in contrast, relied on ambush. It used speed, power, and surprise. But in a fight against Leviathan, surprise wasn't enough, because this whale could hear low-frequency vibrations from miles away. It could track, predict, outsmart. Imagine this: a Megalodon trailing a young whale. Leviathan hears the kill from 10 miles out. It arrives not as prey, but as challenger. And when two giants meet, only one leaves alive. But it wasn't just Leviathan's intelligence that gave it an edge. It was evolution. Leviathan had a massive forehead packed with spermaceti, an organ possibly used for ramming, just like modern sperm whales do. One headbutt from this beast could stun or kill. Its teeth, nearly 14 inches long, weren't just for gripping, they were for piercing bone. So while Megalodon had brute strength, Leviathan had both brawn and brain. It could adapt, coordinate, and in numbers, it could overwhelm. Fossil evidence hints at Megalodon populations declining around the same time Leviathan rose. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe nature was shifting the balance. Some scientists believe environmental changes played a role. The oceans cooled, prey patterns shifted. But another theory suggests that Leviathan and other early toothed whales began outcompeting Megalodon, driving it from shallower waters, cornering it into colder, emptier seas. Megalodon wasn't used to running, but this time the ocean was no longer its empire, and there was another threat, one less visible but even more dangerous: orcas. While modern orcas came long after Megalodon's extinction, their ancestors were already evolving, highly social, incredibly intelligent and known to hunt in coordinated pods. Early delphinids showed the same terrifying traits we see in killer whales today. They used strategy, distraction, traps. Imagine being the largest predator on the planet and suddenly realizing you're being surrounded. These smaller creatures weren't just prey. They were organized, relentless, and deadly. Megalodon was built for dominance, but evolution doesn't favor the biggest. It favors the most adaptable, and as smarter predators rose, the ocean changed. Megalodon found itself hunted in ways it couldn't comprehend. The fear wasn't instant. It crept in over generations. Fewer young survived. Prey became scarcer. Competitors became deadlier. The terror of the deep was now the target. And then it disappeared. Roughly 3.6 million years ago, Megalodon vanished from the fossil record. Its reign was over. Some say climate change killed it. Some blame shifting sea levels. But others believe it was the rise of creatures like Leviathan and early orcas that sealed its fate. Because fear is not always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet realization that you are no longer at the top, that you're being watched, stalked, outnumbered. Megalodon's bones may rest at the bottom of ancient seabeds, but its legacy lives on in our imaginations, an apex predator brought to its knees not by a bigger monster, but by one that was smarter. So when we ask, what was the one creature the Megalodon feared? The answer isn't just Leviathan, or orcas, or climate. It was evolution. So when we ask, what was the one creature the Megalodon feared? The answer isn't just Leviathan, or orcas, or climate. It was evolution. And if the ocean taught us anything, it's this: no ruler reigns forever. What other secrets lie buried in the deep, waiting to rewrite what we think we know? Subscribe to dive deeper into the lost world of ancient giants, where the hunters became the hunted, and even legends had something to fear.